Hey guys, it's your fangirl here. So, if you've already noticed by the title, we did a little segment called Pokemon Go Do's and Don'ts. And, or Goes and Knows, as my friend Meirou-Kumori calls it. She's a genius. So we did a segment with a new camera that I recently bought, only to find out that the camera sucks. Because the video quality sucks. I mean, it's terrible video quality, it's embarrassing. And I tried every different attempt to fix it, but sadly to no avail. And I don't want to give you shitty videos, but I didn't want to... We had a good conversation about our experiences on Pokemon Go so far. It's basically our review on it, and I didn't want to just toss that and start over. So we're just going to make a podcast out of it. I hope that's okay with you guys, and I hope you still enjoy this video. So, yes, we made this video several weeks ago, so I'm sure that by now the advice we give you already know about it, but we're gonna release it for kicks anyways. It's a bonus video for all of you, so I hope you enjoy it. Sorry for the inconvenience, and enjoy this gorgeous title card by my friend Meirou. And in the meantime, stay savvy, everybody. Love ya. Hey guys!
Hello!
Hello, our fine fanatic friends, as you say, right?
Yes, that is what I say.
So, I am Fangirl, and this is my brother Megafan.
Hello!
And if you haven't noticed by the title above us, we are here to talk about what everybody else is talking about at the moment. Obviously, the app Pokemon Go.
Pokemon on the go!
On the go indeed, yes.
Yeah, it has become huge since now. It's become, what, the greatest, the most profitable app of all time?
The day that we recorded this, it's only been out for a week. But for the 1% that are living under a rock that don't know about it, a company called Niantic paired up with Nintendo and created what I like to call a Pokemon catching simulator. Oh, one just popped up.
Yeah,
it's a Pokemon catching simulator where it's hooked up with Google Maps, and you pretty much, it traces wherever you go, and Pokemon just randomly pop up, and you gotta catch them.
So it gives you a chance, or close thing to it, to catching Pokemon in real life.
Yeah, this is about as close as they come, unless they actually do some mad science routine.
I'd love to see some virtual reality going on.
Well, I'm sure they will.
Who knows? Someone's probably...
Like a Snubble.
Ugly little bastard.
And I got an Igglybuff. You can't see.
We'll probably zoom in or something.
Yeah, it's... I got these at Porcom for like $1 each.
Nice.
I thought they'd be cute for the little corner office we have.
Now, as I'm sure you've already seen, things have gotten a little bit hectic with this app.
There's been a lot of... In just a week, we learned a lot of ups and downs about it, but it's still a fun and addicting thing. I love it. I admit I'm addicted to it.
Oh, we are both addicted to it.
And even though it's still brand new, to me it is the most exciting but also most frustrating thing, because there's still some kinks that the people are working on in the servers and all that.
But it's great for mental health and all that. I mean, ever since this came out, I've been outside walking around in my hometown for an hour almost every day. It's great. I have never been this motivated to actually work out. And by the time 6 weeks are done, I might even lose a bit of my gut.
We're going on an adventure. That's like the best meme I've seen so far.
I came up with that meme before it was even thought of. I'm just calling it now.
Someone put some hipster glasses on him. Okay, so the thing that we want to talk about is we want to just basically review it, and we want to share with you the stuff that we learned that you probably already know, but we're going to share with you guys anyways, because...
Probably share with the very small fraction of people who have not played this thing yet.
Or are still learning about it, especially the youngsters. Like, I love seeing the little kids out there with their parents playing, trying to catch things.
The other day, I saw a mother walking her kid on a leash while playing Pokemon Go. I'm serious.
Well, the mother or the kid?
Mother. The kid was just...
Wow.
The kid was probably, I don't know, 4?
I hope
5?
she was paying attention at least. Oh my god. But I did see,
She looked like she was your age.
Well, a lot of people my age have kids by now.
Right.
I don't have kids, and I have no regrets.
We are never having kids. Neither her nor me. Anyways. Now, what were we saying?
That sounded weird, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
Alright, we're about to do some of the do's and don'ts of Pokemon. Do number 1.
Oh, we'll have to make a fancy countdown of it. I'm just going to read you some notes that... The stuff that we learned in the past week, at least. The first thing I'm suggesting is... So, anybody who's played this game knows when you open it, the first screen that pops up says, be alert and be aware of your surroundings. Obviously, you're seeing everybody walk around like this all the time, trying to keep track, finding Pokemon and finding the Pokestops where you get supplies. We'll explain that later. But, yeah, the first thing it says is to be aware of your surroundings. So, be sure not to stare at your phone entirely.
Yeah, unless you look up every now and then, next thing you know, you're going to be running straight into a pole.
Which I'm sure has happened.
Hell, someone even drove into their tree. They found a wild Pokemon. It's a tree!
The Sudowoodo? Maybe? They are pretty strong. They have a high defense.
And they are rocks, so...
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're not...
A tree that's rock type.
They're not grass types, they're rocks.
I keep forgetting that. How is... Science, I guess.
It's a fake tree, so, yeah.
So yeah, be aware of your surroundings. Pretty much it just means be sure to look where you're going. I mean, you can't exactly argue with the company if they give you fair warning as to how to properly use this app.
Oh.
I will get to that part later.
Wait. Like that kid who said... That kid who got hit by a car while playing the game and tried to blame the game because she got hit by the car.
We will definitely get to that part later.
Yes.
I do have a section for that. But, yeah, so that is the first screen that pops up. Listen to it. Please listen to it. Like, especially if you're in the city area or downtown.
Oh, God.
I mean, sometimes I will... we live in, like, kind of a woodland area.
Yeah, we're in the...
apartment complex is surrounded by trees and woods.
Compared to cities, we're in the boonies.
We're in we're in the middle of nowhere kind of. We like it here. Like, we just moved here a month ago, and so far I love it here.
Oh, I love it too.
But like we rarely get decent Pokemon up here these days. But anyways, like I get nervous looking for Pokemon at night around here because sometimes it'll direct me to the woods, and I'm worried that maybe like a real snake will pop up or something.
Yeah, which is why I do my walks before the sun goes down.
Yeah, which makes complete sense. Yes. Okay, so the next on my list, which I want to suggest to everybody, is like as you gather more Pokemon, it is going to be more difficult to choose who to power up and who you want on your team. So I would suggest saving as much Stardust as you can. Like, since it's still brand new, sometimes it does take time for me to choose who I want on my official team. Like, obviously, you can't power every single one of them. It'll take forever.
Right. But in the beginning, I was just going for the strongest Pokemon that I happened to get at that time. But then as I level up, I keep finding more and more powerful Pokemon. Some of them who are pre-evolutions that are stronger than that Pokemon.
Yeah.
So let's just say we've wasted our fair share of Stardust on these Pokemon.
Well, like I said, it's only been a week. People are still learning about these things. But,
yeah, we didn't know what we were doing.
Well, so what I realize is I'm just about to reach level 19. He just reached level 19 for our avatars. And as your avatar gains level, you will be able to reach more Pokemon at much higher levels. And the fastest way to rise up their CP is to evolve them, first of all.
Oh, if I may, one of the best strategies out there is to save your lucky eggs and get a lot of Pokemon and just, like, a lot of Pidgeys or Weedles, and just evolve, turn on your egg, and then just evolve all of them. You'll get 1,000 XP for each of those. You will rise up in the ranks in no time.
It is a faster way to do it, yeah. But, what else? I spaced out for a second. But when I play the regular Pokemon games, usually it takes me about halfway through the game to officially decide who I want on my team, like to use often in gyms and stuff.
Yeah, likewise.
And I'm sure what I'm hoping for is that eventually these companies hold tournaments or something, or actually have something involving the gyms that's actually worth people getting heated over. But we'll get to that in a second.
I can't wait until they start updating for trading.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. So save your Stardust for the Pokemon you really want to use for battling. Like, if there's some that you just want to collect, that's fine. But the Stardust, you get at least 100 Stardust for each Pokemon you catch. So keep catching.
Exactly,
keep
100
catching
Stardust.
Pokemon, not just for evolving, but to get the Stardust. You can always transfer them if you don't want them.
You also get a lot of Stardust when you evolve.
Yeah, that too. And when you gain a level in your avatar.
Alright. Anyways, next one.
So yeah, I'm just rambling. And if you hear my stomach growling, I'm sorry. I just ate.
That was
dinner.
very loud.
Okay. I have saved Pokemon for the strongest. Okay. So yeah, we've had that problem of, you catch a Pokemon and you want to keep it on your team, so you use up all your Stardust, but then you end up or you evolve it. Like for example, I would get an Eevee, and I would evolve it to one of the evolutions, but then later on I find an Eevee that's twice the CP of my evolved Eevee evolution, for example. Like, I currently have 2 Flareons that are in the thousands.
You have 2 fans?
I do, yes.
I did not know that.
Well, because I had a Flareon. My first Flareon is pretty badass, but I use a lot of Stardust on it to power it up. And then, not too long ago, I found an Eevee at level like 480, and when I evolved that, it reached a higher level than the one that I used up all my Stardust on.
Yeah, so basically just as we mentioned, don't use your Stardust right away.
Yeah, gather, if there's a specific one you want to evolve or you want to keep on your team, save as many as you can, and keep rising your avatar level, because you will get more of the same Pokemon with higher CP.
Yeah, even though
if you're into battling, that is. Not everybody is.
Even though there's plenty of people out there who have already done it and managed to catch a Pokemon in a gym that is clearly unbeatable.
Yeah, the level 2000 Dragonite.
Oh god,
that one's down in.
I want a Dragonite, but I've only ever found 2 Dratinis in the week that I've been playing this. One Dragonite. One Nido King. There's so many things I want, but I can't find them.
You want. You sound like a true American. America. Okay, so yeah, I plan on. I want a Gyarados so badly, and we're taking a trip to the aquarium tomorrow so that I can get it. I'm gonna get as many Magikarp as possible, and then I'm gonna pick the strongest one, evolve that one, and use up all my Stardust on it, because that's the one I want.
We're also planning a whale watching trip to see if there's any Pokemon out in the ocean.
If we get there in time.
Yeah, but there have been gyms in the middle of the ocean, and Pokestops.
Yes.
For some reason.
It's funny you mention that, because that's next on the list. Pokestops are your friend.
Oh yeah, trust me. You won't realize how fast you go through Pokeballs until it's too late. So you gotta take advantage of all the Pokestops that happen to be in your town or near your house, because they will help you restock quickly. I mean, I walked through the center of town, Foxborough, and within an hour, I usually get 80 Pokeballs and maybe 20 or 30 Great Balls.
Insert your ball jokes here in the comments. We're playing with balls.
Yeah, in other words, get yourself to those Pokestops and you'll have balls for days.
Okay. Yeah, at least once a day I go to the nearest town and just walk around getting stuff at Pokestops. It also does depend on what you want to use with your Pokemon. If you like to battle at the gyms, then save up some potions and some revives. You don't need a lot. If you're simply just collecting Pokemon, you have no interest in battling, you can discard some of the revives and potions and all that.
You don't need 60 revives.
You don't,
Trust me.
I mean, unless there's a tournament coming up. I'm giving a shout out to Nintendo and the companies right now. Please let there be tournaments, and please let us suburban people have a slight advantage against all the city civilians who nab a Pokemon every 5 seconds.
Let us use potions during a fight. How about that?
Not that. I'm talking about people in the city who are surrounded by Pokemon while we barely get a Pidgey every 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Because like we said, we're in the woods. Mm-hmm. So, I think there's one last thing on the do's. The do's and don'ts. The don't.
The do, the don't.
They do.
Do.
They do look very nice, don't they?
Do the do.
They do, don't they?
I ding dong ding 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 dong.
Yes, they do.
I do don't. I don't. I don't.
Imagine if that was a Pokemon, a Dodo. A Dodo of some kind.
Wait. Now that I think about it, why haven't they done something like that in Dodo? I'm still waiting for them to make a moose Pokemon.
They don't have an ass Pokemon.
A donkey Pokemon. Well, no.
A donkey.
I've had this vision of a moose Pokemon. Either a fire type where it has flaming horns, an electric type where its horns are like a giant taser, or an ice type where its horns are just ice.
Why not all three? I mean, they have seasonal deer Pokemon.
Alright.
What was it? What's his name again?
I haven't thought of a name.
No, the deer Pokemon.
Oh, Deerling.
Deerling, yes. My mind went blank. Sorry.
And
there's so many to remember.
And Softbuck. Alright, anyways.
So many to remember.
Anyways, back to the list.
So the last of the do's and don'ts of the do's of the do's and don'ts. Say that 5 times so fast.
Do's of the do's and don'ts. Do's of the do's and don'ts.
Depending on your phone plan, be very careful of your data and battery.
This thing is a battery killer. You will lose all of your battery life within an hour.
It's a battery and data killer. I mean, I heard T-Mobile gave out free data to Pokemon Go players.
Lucky bastards.
AT&T! Hint, hint!
Hey, guys, come on. Help us out.
AT&T! Come on. But yeah, if you plan on going out on an adventure, catching Pokemon, and there's no Wi-Fi or outlet in sight, bring one of those portable chargers to save. And see if you can find a place that has plenty of Wi-Fi around to help save your data. Either that or just at least try to do some calculating and keep your data at a limit.
You know, it's funny how it promotes getting people outside and all that, yet they fail to mention that it's only restricted to those, or pretty much restricted to those who have unlimited data.
At least you get them outside, but they're still stuck with technology. This is what everybody looks like outside. Pretty much.
Is this a new VR system?
Well, I mean, people complain about technology and stuff, like relying too much on it. And yeah, it's true, we do. But, there are plenty of people out there before Pokemon Go who are like this all day.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Hell, and that's just from texting.
Mostly texting or looking at the internet. So, yeah, for those of you who have unlimited data already, lucky. You don't have to worry about that. But still watch your battery power.
It is nice to have money for that, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so, now for the don'ts. First don't that's obvious. If it's not safe to text and drive, it's not safe to catch and drive.
Yeah. The last thing you need to do is be on the highway at 90 miles an hour and feel your phone buzz and looking down and just trying to catch a Weedle and just
smash
and flipping your car in the process. You're just crawling out of your car as a bloody corpse and like Got him!
Oh, someone makes a skit for that. But, yeah, there's already been quite a few reported accidents. One person, like you mentioned before, crashed into a tree. I don't know if that one's officially true or not, but I did see that article.
There was an incident in New York where someone found a Vaporeon and there was just a swarm of people just crossing the street, causing so much traffic jams.
That's got nothing to do with driving, but yeah, that's true.
But it also has to do with paying attention.
Yes, we've just been over that.
Well, then I should have mentioned it earlier. So, anyways.
Okay, but yeah, do not catch and drive. There was another person I heard about who was on the highway and pulled over and caused a traffic accident trying to catch a Pokemon.
Yeah, and
he at least pulled over, but still on the highway, like, don't use it on the highway at all.
As I mentioned, someone was driving and found himself catching a tree with his car.
Yes. What was I saying now?
You were still talking about...
Oh, yeah, I wanted to bring up, like, sometimes I do use it in my car, but I don't touch it. I turn it on to slowly drive around so I can incubate the eggs, the Poke eggs we get from the Pokestops.
Yeah, admittedly, I have used it in the car, but it's not the way you think. I at least have had it set up where the phone is set up like a GPS, where it's suction cupped to the window, so I can focus on the road and at least see what happens to be buzzing near me. I mean, before I was using it for eggs, but I figured out that the pedometer doesn't work after 20 miles.
Yeah, apparently if you're going faster than 20 miles an hour, the incubator will not be affected, will not keep track of the mileage, the kilometers you need to hatch it. And I sadly wasted a lot of data and learned that the hard way.
Yeah, I thought from what I saw on my phone, I thought kilometers was a really long time, but apparently we were just doing it wrong.
No, it's less than a mile.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so don't bother doing it in the car. It's
not worth it.
You're not going to achieve
anything. It's
anything.
not worth it.
You're not going to achieve anything. Unless, like, there's a Mewtwo nearby or something. Then that's Chase Boy!
That's when you stop traffic.
Perhaps. Okay, so that was a pretty obvious one. The other one is, a car is obviously a bad place to catch. There are also a lot of other places that are not appropriate to use the app.
Police stations.
Some people were fine with that, but I don't know how game programming works. I don't know who specifically decides or how it's decided where the Pokestops and where the gyms are. But there's already like a lot of complaints from people. Some people have gyms and Pokestops on personal property. Some are even charging people money to wander around their backyard to catch Pokemon, things like that.
We have had someone in our town who actually called the cops because he just happens to live on a street where there's nothing but there's 10 Pokestops along his street, and so many people go up and down, even slowing down their cars just to get those Pokestops.
Yeah, a lot of cars pulling over that. So yeah, one of the locals went to the police and complained about that. So
I'm sure that was a good day for him to be on duty.
Yeah, if you're wandering in the neighborhood, that's fine, but don't wander on other people's property. If you know it's private property or if it's not a safe place, then, I mean, like I said, unless it's a super, super rare Pokemon, just don't even bother, because it's not worth getting into massive trouble or even risking your life, you know? It's just a game. I love this game, but it's just a game.
You don't need to get gunned down just to catch a Pidgey.
Well, I don't think they go that far for a Pidgey. It would be more of a...
No, I'm saying you don't know what that person is like in the house.
That's true, yeah. Some people are not like that. But also, I'm sure you've heard places like the Holocaust Museum.
Oh yeah, that was in terrible taste. There's a Pokestop or a Poke Gym at the Holocaust Museum.
No, there was coughing.
What?
At the...
Oh, that's what was?
The Pokemon coughing and wheezing.
But
in a memorial paying tribute to people who died from gas chambers by Nazis.
Oh, I did not hear about that one.
I mean, talk about inappropriate. I mean, I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but that's like...
Not cool at all.
I'm not saying this as a joke, but that would be like going to the Hiroshima shrine and flooding it with Voltorb and electrodes. Just if there's just not... There are some locations that they need to look over. I think the company needs to look over certain places where it's just not the time or place. I'm surprised there's a lot of Pokestops and gyms that are by churches, and so far I haven't heard any complaints from churches about that, but places like the Holocaust Museum or places that are supposed to be more of a serious commitment are just not.
Oh, well, yeah. they were talking about something about requesting Pokestops and gyms at certain place. I say they should have something where they recommend taking the Pokestops or gyms out of certain places.
They'll be receiving a lot of those then. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because we.
Well, they'll be receiving a lot of the Pokestop things too, because some people want a Pokestop right in their house.
That would be a bit of a cheat, yeah. But I went to GameStop today, and apparently the GameStop company is going to try to put Pokestops in every store. They're going to try. So keep an eye out for those guys.
Well, they've really been super into it. I mean, the GameStop I went to today had a sign offering a new data plan for a certain phone because of Pokemon Go.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like $79.99 a month or something.
But we're under a family plan, so it's not going to be. But as I said, I'm surprised that you don't find a lot of Pokestops at malls.
That is weird, isn't it?
That surprises me.
You'd think they have a Pokestop at every shop.
But they have it at serious museums and places that are just... I mean, even if there are gyms and Pokestops at places, if you know that it's not the time or place, like... I mean, I don't know how people feel about Pokestops at cemeteries or finding Pokemon there, or in places where... can you think of any other examples that aren't appropriate?
Well, I don't think it's a good idea to put a Pokestop at a police station, because people are trying to work and they're probably arresting people while doing stuff. The cops do not like it. They do not like it at all. I have heard of that.
Because I did hear about like the fire stations being okay with it. I guess as long as there's not an emergency.
Well, yeah. The fire stations, guys are just sitting around waiting for something to happen. The police station, they're usually working.
They're working around the clock. That's true.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not to say that firemen aren't hard workers.
No. They just stay at the fire station for the whole day to prepare for when something happens. And that's their job.
What is up with that guy who tried to catch a Pokemon and took a picture of it next to his wife
while he's giving birth? Yeah, that was funny. That was too funny.
I don't know I mean, I guess the wife was okay with it, I heard. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
But if I don't plan on having kids, but if I was in the middle of giving birth or doing something excruciatingly painful and my husband or my baby daddy was all trying to catch a Pokemon next to me and be like, "Give me the freaking drugs!"
You know, that should actually be something for the dudes. Have fun with the AR, but also don't go too far with the AR.
That is actually my favorite part.
Okay.
It's actually my favorite part of the app is the pictures.
Okay, some people... I'm sorry.
Some people try to post some pictures we've already taken, like just trying to improv with the Pokemon that appear in our apartment.
I should just upload some to the Fan Savvy Facebook channel. I got a shit ton. Alright, and people have gone as far to put sexy pictures with with the AR system.
Well, of course.
For example, I'm sure you have an idea of where they would want to put a Diglett.
Everybody has a fetish for something. I mean, you know, I won't judge, but I won't get into it either. Oh my god.
Yeah. Moving on.
Ugh.
Yeah, moving on. I just
had bad visions. Okay, so, yeah, the other one is the one you just mentioned earlier. Especially at night,
Don't poke a walk alone.
don't try to, especially females and youngsters. I'm trying not to be stereotypical, but
Don't Pokemon Go alone.
I know that there's a lot of children out there playing these games, and I'm not trying to baby you guys, but I'm 31, he's about to hit 30, we're adults, we can take care of ourselves, but still, we Pokewalk together, we Pokewalk with our friends, because it's...
You especially don't want to Pokewalk alone at night.
Especially...
That's something... I mean, certain places are okay to do it alone. Certain places. But do not do it alone at night.
But there's reasons for that. I mean, first of all, there's been people who have been setting up Pokelures to lure people in and rob them.
Yeah.
First of all, I mean, even the baddies are aware of this game and have found ways to use it to their advantage. Also, there's a lot of people. I don't know if anything's been reported, but imagine
if
someone like me in the city looking for Pokemon at night, just wandering around and not paying attention, and next thing you know, there's somebody jumping me from behind and trying to take my money or something.
Well, can you imagine how it feels being all alone and being one of those people who happen to find the dead body?
That is kind of scary, but at least it was...
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you at least want someone watching your back in case the person who dropped the dead body is still around.
True, I mean, it was a good and bad thing that girl found the dead body. I'm just saying...
No, there have been a total of 3 instances of found dead bodies because of Pokemon Go.
Which is weird, yeah.
Yeah.
3, I didn't realize.
3 total.
I only heard of that one. But yeah, people have, if you're focusing on this game so much that you're not aware of the car that's about to hit you or the cliff you're about to fall off of, which has happened, I've heard.
Yep.
Then you're obviously not going to be aware of the person that's about to jump you. So, especially, I'm advising all of you, I'm not trying to treat you like children, but especially if you are children, be with an adult or at least be with a group of people, especially if you want to do it in the evenings. That's very important. Safety, guys. Play it safe. Anything else you want to add there?
No, that's just about it.
Okay.
Was that everything?
No, there's more. There's plenty more. This one I really want to discuss is that the gyms. People are very competitive at the gyms.
Especially with the whole team system going on.
Yeah, I don't know who decided to separate us into teams, because everybody's going all Game of Thrones on us on
There
Facebook.
is a lot of hate going on for these teams. I would rather just quit my team and go for this Team Harmony that people are trying to get going on.
I want to go to Team Harmony too. I mean, I'm afraid to say what my team is.
Yeah. I just picked the Team Instinct because I like Zapdos. That's all. I had no intention of anything else for this thing.
I picked Team Mystic because I like the color blue. That's it. I mean,
Zapdos is my favorite of the 3 birds. That's the only reason I picked that team.
I didn't even realize, when I picked the team, I didn't even realize that it was about the legendary birds. And coincidentally, Articuno is my favorite, so I lucked out.
Yeah.
But still, there's already people giving theories as to who's against who and all that. And just, like I said, it's on my Facebook page. It's all about. It's like a Game of Thrones thing going on. It's severely heated.
There have even been people who have been so aggressive about it that they will beat people who are trying to take over their gyms. They will just hover over their gym area, and if anyone comes by, they'll just beat them.
And he's not exaggerating. A friend of mine actually fought a gym and beat it, and not even a minute later, this punk-ass kid, who apparently was the former gym leader, decided to try to throw a punch at him. I mean, guys, please, I know that, apparently if you're a gym leader for 24 hours, you get some Stardust and Pokecoins. That's all you get, guys. There's no $1 million prize as of yet being a gym leader
except for just like maybe 5 minutes of glory because people are fighting and taking over all the time. And I
And what-
know that this game is addicting. I know that people can get heated doing the battles and stuff, but please keep it. I love this game as much as the next person, but keep in mind it's just a game. There's no need to get violent or to get cruel about these things.
Well, the only reason I can think of people being so aggressive with gyms is the hope of getting poker coins. That's the only reason I can think of.
And
It's not worth losing teeth over.
And can I advise the older fans, the people our age, there's been incidents of people our age picking on the younger Pokemon trainers over the gyms and all that.
Yeah.
It's just a game, guys. The kids just want to have fun.
Yeah, let them have their gym and enjoy it for a little while.
Well, I'm not saying let them have their gym. I'm saying be a good sport about it. Don't be all like you fucking suck. You fucking suck.
I'm only 6!
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, people are just. I understand that you can get heated in battle. There's adrenaline involved when you're battling for these gyms, and you just want to have your glory. You want to shine your Pokemon and all that, and get those Poke coins. But it's just a game.
There's no need to get aggressive over this.
Calm the fuck down. Calm down.
Just make Team Harmony so we can get over all this crap.
Can we get... Shout out to the company. Can we get rid of the teams, please?
Start a petition for Team Harmony.
No, just no teams. No teams.
Alright,
Let's
too.
just have-
Straight up no teams.
Let's have a fair competition against each other. I mean, this whole team stuff. Whose idea was that anyways?
Niantic, I guess?
Who was that? I mean, I don't know if it's going to be related to something, hopefully a tournament, maybe? But it just reminds me so much of like sports teams and how heated up they get.
Yeah, we're starting to look like the idiots who started a riot in the streets over their favorite team losing a game.
Joe, Red Sox fans, World Series, 2003.
I was trying to avoid that issue.
They did that when we won.
Oh, yeah.
They did that when we won. Imagine if we lost.
And
The city would have been engulfed in flames. It would be like The Walking Dead.
And they call us nerds weirdos.
No, I wouldn't refer to that as weird. I refer to that as fucking scary.
Yeah, at least if we were if we had something to rant about, we would go straight to the internet. At least it's harmless.
Yeah, in some ways.
At least we're not doing property damage.
It's true. That's true. Unless you're trying to dig for a diglet in someone else's property. I don't know if anybody's done that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe over here. Maybe over there. Maybe behind the rose bush.
Nah, just a weedle.
A weedle? More like a weed.
This is like a weed, man.
All I'm finding in this yard are Pidgeys and Rattatas or weeds.
Weedles.
Or weed. Just a bunch of worthless Pokemon like Pidgey or Rattata or Caterpie or Weedles.
Okay, bro. Okay. I got one more. So, and this one, you briefly mentioned it earlier. If something happens, don't blame the game entirely. Okay? He mentioned earlier there was a girl who, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if she was telling the truth or not. She got hit by a car crossing a highway.
And she wants to try and sue Niantic or Pokemon Go because of it.
The mother wants to do that. But
it's not the company's fault that she was focused on the game and while crossing the road.
I mean, it is a complicated situation. Obviously, there's plenty of Pokestops and gyms that are at the not so good areas, but still, we have brains, guys. Use them.
And we have eyes. Stay focused.
This girl claims that she was crossing the highway, caught the Pokemon, and she claimed that she had the phone down on her side when trying to cross the highway back, and that's when she got hit. I mean...
Wait, but then it's her fault!
So how is
that connected to the game when she wasn't even looking at the phone?
Because the game supposedly lured her to that area.
Yeah, but she can focus on the road while... She can focus. Yeah, she can focus on the road while crossing the street if it's not in front of her face.
This is a highway, Joe. Like no stoplights, like 60 miles an hour highway. This is what they're talking about. I mean, first of all, as we said before, the first thing that the app shows you is a sign that says, "Stay alert, be aware of your surroundings." To me, that also means that if you find a Pokemon but it happens to be in a dangerous place, I mean, I don't know about you, but if that was me, if I was, like, say, if I was finding a Pokemon that I want and it's all the way across this intoxicated lake that looks like I could grow an extra arm simply by touching it or breathing in it.
Or maybe you'll become a Pokemon.
Well, the point
a very poorly drawn Pokemon.
The point is, if I'm finding a Pokemon and it looks to be at like a very dangerous location, you would have thought that the first thing you would think is, derp, it looks dangerous, I probably shouldn't.
Look, the Pokemon will show up another day. Let it go.
I mean, I'm not trying to completely demean that girl, but still, you blame the game that gives you plenty of warning not to do crazy things like that. But you know, that's like if I got shot by someone with a gun and I decided to blame the gun.
Yeah, look, we have found Pokemon before that we really wanted, but the area didn't seem best, so we just decided to let it go. I remember trying to hunt down Abra, and in order to do so, it would lead me into like a construction site or something. I would have to jump the fence or something like that. So
people have done that. Two kids jumped the fence of a zoo, like with real wild animals to try to catch a Pokemon.
Really?
They were arrested. No, nobody got mauled or anything. But I mean, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like I said, I don't know exactly how these game developing tactics work, but even if it is a rare Pokemon, if you know that the surrounding area is a dangerous situation, think. It's not worth it.
no,
Unless
it's not worth it for a couple of pixels.
unless someone's given like $1 million prize for catching a certain Pokemon in that location.
Oh God!
It's not.
Can you imagine if someone actually set a prize for hunting down a Pokemon in a certain area? That would be chaos.
In like one spot, yeah, it would. Excuse me.
No, like if they were to set up an event like in New York or something, where you would have to search the entire area of one part of the city in order to find this Pokemon. Even if you found the Pokemon, people around you would probably beat you to death in order to get the phone away from you. I know there's people out there who are that crazy. I wouldn't put it past people doing that.
Yeah, but you and I have caught the same Pokemon in the same spot. Why would they want the other person's phone?
Because the Pokemon they were trying to catch ran away.
I guess. Or maybe that one has a higher level. Sometimes we'll catch the same Pokemon, and one of us has one higher level than the other. Higher CP. I don't know how that works. But, yeah, the point is, the game is fair enough to give you warnings to be aware of your surroundings, and yes, it's addicting. Yes, it can get you very focused, and accidents may happen, but use your heads, guys. If it's a dangerous location, or if it's a place you know where you shouldn't be, don't go after it. And if something does happen, like, unless the game itself is like pointing a gun to your head and telling you to go this way, don't blame the game.
Get that fucking Butterfree!
I mean, haven't there been dumb situations like that, too?
Oh, I'm sure there have been plenty already.
I mean, blaming video games for
that. Well, but in the past, people have blamed Grand Theft Auto for kids who suddenly are into violence now. Like shooting people up. Something like that. And there have been more than plenty of cases where game violence translated to real-life violence. Or influenced real-life violence.
Point is, stop blaming the video games, people. We have brains. Let's use them.
And if I happen to... Never mind.
If you happen to offend anyone?
No, if I happen to get hit by a car when I'm blaming the... I'm talking gibberish right now.
If I get hit by a car while playing Pokemon Go, I'm just gonna say, my bad. That's it. And just pay my medical bill. Because I deserved it.
Okay.
I deserved it big time.
Okay. So, I think that's everything. Did you have anything else to add?
Just enjoy the game, be careful, have fun, and good luck catching Pokemon.
The point is, we're not trying to talk down on this game. We love it. It's wonderful.
We love it to death.
It is a wonderful experience, but like everything else in life, use it responsibly.
Yeah. So.
Use it responsibly, please.
So. Good luck hunting those Pokemon, and have a good time and be safe.
Enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I can't wait to finally get my hands on a Gyarados.
Oh, I can't wait for updates. I can't wait for them to add like Johto region or something like that.
Yeah, gather as much strong Pokemon as you can because they hopefully add some trading. That's what they talked about.
Yeah,
I want to have a tournament. I want to try to do a tournament.
Maybe that's why they have teams.
It could be, but if I was in a Pokemon card tournament, I wouldn't last a second. I know that. I want to try having a tournament with these to see what I would do. I would try to have fun. I probably wouldn't last a second there either, but I would love to have fun with it because I have a lot of fun with this game. I love it.
Alright. I guess that's just about everything we need to say. So, as usual, thank you for watching our video. Enjoy Pokemon Go, and
feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content on our channel. And if there's anything else you want to bring up about the app, then feel free to leave comments about it.
Feel free to request anything else that you want us to maybe review or give our personal thoughts on.
I mean, we did this because we've been Pokemon fans since the very beginning, and this is like...
From the very start.
This is like a major jump start to our fandom.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're going to end it right here. So, until the next episode, this is MegaFan.
And Fangirl.
Reminding you to stay savvy. See ya.
Love you guys. Bye.
Pokemon, go!
Shit.
I was...
You know what? There's a keys Pokemon. Why isn't there a camera Pokemon?
Because that'd be stupid.
Make an ass Pokemon. Make a donkey Pokemon.
Hey, they've already... I'm honestly surprised it took them this long to make an ice cream Pokemon.
Make a donkey Pokemon. And find some way to cleverly put ass into it.
The moose! The moose!
You're just begging to face the moose.
Okay, bye-bye.